Hello, my name is Jeff Tan, and my number matrix is S69892. So today I'm going to talk about why bryophytes matter. So when you walk through a forest and notice the soft green carpet hugging rocks and tree trunks, you're looking at one of the most ancient groups of plants, bryophytes. These small, non-vascular plants include mosses, liverwood, and hornwoods. Despite their size, bryophytes play critical ecological roles. For example, they retain water, prevent soil erosion, filter pollutants, and provide microhabits for insects and microorganisms. But today, butterflies are in trouble. Their habitats are shrinking, and their delicate system are under assault from modern environmental pressure. So let's take a closer look at what threatens them and what we can do to help them. So, what are the threats to bryophytes worldwide? First is land use intensification. Fertilization in grasslands reduces diversity directly via chemical stress and indirectly by promoting vascular plants acidification. And as human activities like agriculture, urban development, and infrastructure expansion increase, natural habitats are being destroyed or severely altered. Bryophytes, which rely on specific microhabitats and substrates, often cannot survive these disrupted environments. And the second reason they are threats is climate change. Climate change poses an even broader threat. Airborne bryophytes are extremely sensitive to humidity and temperature changes. Altered rainfall pattern and rising temperatures can dry out most beds and interfere with reproductive cycles. Species that depend on moist, shaded habitats are particularly vulnerable. And the third is pollution. Airborne pollutants like sulfur dioxide and heavy metal accumulate on bryophytic surfaces, damaging their cells. And since bryophytes absorb water and nutrients directly through their leaves, these pollutants can cause cell damage, disrupt photosynthesis, and stunt growth. Next is overharvesting. Overharvesting is becoming an issue as well. Certain species like dragon moths are harvested for horticulture, water filtration, and decorative uses. In some areas, bryophytes are also collected for scientific monitoring. While this can be done sustainably, unsupervised harvesting depletes natural population. And the last one is habitat destruction. Through deforestation, peatland drainage, and wetland development removes the natural homes of countless bryophyte species. Once these ecosystems are gone, the unique communities of bryophytes they support disappear as well. So, in response to these challenges, conservationists have developed multiple strategies to protect bryophytes and their habitats. The first is in situ conservation, which involves protecting plants within their natural ecosystem. Some important approaches include establishing protected areas in regions rich in bryophyte diversity, such as old growth forests, peat bogs, and alpine zones, and then restoring damaged habitats by rehydrating drained wetlands, controlling invasive species, and managing human activity. And lastly, creating legal protections for threatened species by including them in the red list and enforcing international agreements like CITES, which helps regulate trade in endangered species. These measures ensure bryophytes can survive and reproduce in the environment they have evolved in over millions of years. So, after in situ conservation, what is ex situ conservation strategy for the bryophytes? And what happens when species are so threatened that they can't survive in the wild? And that's where ex situ conservation comes in, protecting and preserving bryophytes outside their natural habitats. There are three main strategies. The first is cryopreservation, which involves freezing tissue or spores at ultra low temperatures to preserve genetic material for the future. The second is moss banks, or living collections, where species are cultivated under controlled conditions in botanical gardens or research centers. The third one is in vitro culture, which allows scientists to grow bryophytes in laboratory settings. This can then be used for research, education, or even eventually reintroduce them into the wild. Ex-situ conservation acts as an insurance policy, preserving species until conditions in the wild are safe again. So, despite existing efforts, Much more is needed to be done. Here are a few key recommendations for improving biophyte conservation globally. The first is integrate of in situ and ex situ strategies. These methods are most effective when combined. Ex situ efforts covers can support reintroduction, while in situ conservation co- keeps the ecosystem intact. Greater public engagement are the second one. Bryophytes are rarely in the spotlight compared to other plants, but public education and awareness can change that. For example, school programs, natural tours, and citizen science can help people appreciate their importance. The third one is promoting sustainable harvesting for industries that rely on bryophytes, such as horticulture or traditional medicine in some places. A sustainable method must be adopted to prevent depletion of bryophytes. And another one is invest in research and monitoring. Many bryophytes are still understudied. More funding is needed to understand their distribution genetics and responses to environmental stress. So, in conclusion, bryophytes may not have flower or towering stems, but they are the foundation of many ecosystems. Their quiet presence supports the forests, wetlands, and grasslands alike. When they decline, it's a warning signal, and we must not ignore it. By protecting bryophytes, we're not just saving planets, we're preserving the air, water, and life system we all depend on. So let's act now to ensure that this ancient, humble species continue to thrive for the sake of biodiversity. And thank you. That's all.